Go to Egypt, they say. It'll be fun, they say. The pyramids, the pharaohs, the Nile. I think you people are in denial. I was literally in the country for about 5 seconds, and this happened. And that ain't it, man. So I'm going to give you my point of view about Egypt and why I'll never return to Egypt and how my dream vacation literally turned into a nightmare. And I'm starting to see this is a trend. Okay, so let's get 2 things straight. I don't speak Arabic, and I've never claimed to be the smartest man in the world. But if I was a betting man, I would say this dude was probably never heard from again. The way they got him up out of there, with the quickness they got him up out of there, it wasn't good for this dude. And this is just when I first arrived at the airport. I guess he tried to enter into the airport without a ticket and get on the airplane, allegedly. But mind you, I had just got there. So this is how the trip started. So now let's get one thing straight. I'm not one of these guys or one of these people that like to complain a lot and woe is me and just like to, cry out for sympathy and for clicks, reviews, and things like that. But I'm gonna just give you the God's honest truth, raw and uncut. I didn't like Egypt for a whole host of things. So this is just starting at the airport, man. So the trip is already starting off bogus. But I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Maybe this is just an isolated one-off occurrence, nothing really too big to think about. I'll just let it go. It is what it is. I didn't really trip like that. But while I'm still in the airport, before I can even get my luggage out of the airport good, I run into this guy, and I'm not going to say his name on here. We'll call him JJ. And me and him wind up becoming good friends. So JJ was in the airport, and he comes up to me. I'm with my family. He comes up to me frantically, like panting, like, "Oh man, brother, I need to use your phone. I need to use your phone." And I'm like, "What? What do you mean you need to use my phone? We in the airport. I don't know what's up with this dude." But he got his daughter with him, so I got a soft spot. He got kids. I'm with my kids, and he goes, my phone's about to die. I need to, get online, and I need to book me another ticket. And I'm thinking to myself, book you another ticket? You in the airport, right? So I don't know what's going on. So I'm like, I'm not gonna let you see my phone, but here, man, I got a power bank. Luckily, if you travel, always carry a power bank. That's a pro tip. So I let him use my power bank. He was able to charge up his phone. And so while he's charging up his phone, he proceeds to start telling me the story about why he needs to book a ticket. So I'm like, yo, you need to book a ticket. Where you going? He was like, I just got here. I'm leaving the country. Bing, red flag number 2. So I'm like, you leaving the country? You just got here. I'm like, well, how long you been here? He was like, I've been here for about an hour and a half. I'm like, so where'd you come from? And he was like, man, well, I came from Chicago. I'm like, so you telling me you flew all the way from Chicago, all the way to Cairo, stayed here for an hour and a half, and you leaving already? And he was like, yeah, bro, I'm leaving, man. I'm leaving. I'm like, okay. Now I'm like, oh, you got to tell me, well, why you leaving, man? What's up? I just got here with my family. I haven't even been in the country a good 30 minutes yet. I got to hear this story, right? So then he tells me, he's like, yeah, man, with the Chicago voice. Yeah, man, they try to kidnap me, Joe, in the motherfucking car. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He was like, yeah, man, they tried to kidnap me and my daughter in the car. I'm like, what? He was like, yeah, man, we was leaving the airport, and the guy said he was an Uber, but he wasn't really an Uber, and he started driving the opposite direction of my hotel. And he said he almost opened the door on him to jump out of the car and was, about to fight with the guy to have him bring him back to the hotel. And I was like, what? That's wild. Are you serious? He was like, yeah, man. He was like, man, something ain't right about this country. I'm finna leave, Joe. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. And I'm thinking to myself, man, that's pretty weird, but maybe that's just his experience, but that's very strange, very odd. You've been in the country for an hour and a half and you're leaving after such a long flight, flying halfway across the world. So that kind of struck me as odd, but I didn't really trip. This is, like a lot of us, this is a dream destination, bucket list type trip. Growing up, with a lot of us, well, I know myself, always had a desire to go to Egypt, see King Tut's tomb, the pyramids of Giza, the great pharaohs, I wanted to know about Moses and Joseph and all those stories, right? So, I didn't think nothing of it. I wanted this to be a dream vacation. So anyway, the dude, I let him use my phone. He wound up booking a ticket and he really left after being in Egypt for a whole hour and a half. Him and his daughter really hopped on a flight and flew back to Chicago. So now this is in my mind. I'm like, dang, what's so bad about this country that would make somebody leave an hour after being here, after paying all that money? Didn't think nothing of it. So we pack our stuff. We get ready to go. My son is behind me. He was there too. So we're getting ready to go. And I get ready to check into my hotel. So I stayed at the La Meridian, which is right in the airport complex. So, and I'll put the link up in the description and I'll put the information where I stay, which is a very nice hotel. I think it's considered a 4 or 5 star hotel, but it's the La Meridian Cairo Airport. Very nice hotel, very clean, very good accommodations. I do recommend that place. I don't recommend a lot of things, but I recommend that place to stay. That's where I stayed. And when it comes to exchanging money, I don't know which side it's on, but you'll see it. Don't do it in the airport. Don't do like I did. I exchanged money in the airport and got a horrible exchange rate. And I tried to exchange at my hotel and got a little bit better exchange rate at the La Meridian. So some hotels you may be able to exchange your dollars or whatever currency you're using. I know at that particular hotel you could, but definitely don't do it at the airport. That was mistake number 2. So there we go. So now I'm in the airport. I got this horrible exchange rate. I got the Egyptian money, the Egyptian pounds, and now I need to figure out something to do. I got this itinerary set up. We're still in good spirits. Everyone's happy. We're still excited to be here. We just checked into this awesome hotel, and then the you know what hits the fan.